a year with record amounts of snow. Our management team and staff, along with contractors, were up to the challenge and did a great job of keeping our community drivable and safe. In 2017, we hired a new deputy fire chief, Rick Davies, who has been a huge asset to our leadership team, along with Chief Fieser. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all those involved in our decision to purchase a new fire hall. I believe this has turned out to be the right decision for our community. Kudos as well to Dale, Rick, our firefighters, along with all the volunteers and contractors for all of their work in transitioning the Murray building to a fire hall that we can all be proud of. 2017 also saw the completion of the roughly $2 million residual management portion of the Building Canada Fund. This environmentally friendly project will eliminate the dumping of residuals into the Souris River, coming from the treatment process at the water treatment plant. The next portion of the Building Canada Fund will go towards the building of a new water line from Rafferty Dam, along with the intake and pump house. This project will commence this fall with completion expected sometime in 2019. I would like to thank the federal and provincial governments for their one-third sharing on these projects. 2017 also saw the much-needed rehabilitation of King Street from 47 North up to Pine Avenue. In addition, the portion from Sister Roddy Road to Willock Road was paved. Last year, we also revamped our Economic Development Board. The highlight in this area was the hiring of a new Economic Development Officer, Dwight Bramble. Under Dwight's leadership and the board's direction, we are looking at expanding our economic base in our community and area. Also in 2017, the Police Board promoted Inspector Murray Cowan to Deputy Chief. With Murray's leadership qualities and insight, he's a great asset to our police service, along with Chief Ladisser. We also obtained a new police dog named Max under the command and guidance of Paul Shabbat. Max will be responsible for any needed tracking of missing persons, suspects, evidence, drugs, and also protection if required. In June, we held Aboriginal Day Festival at Centennial Park. Thank you to the organizers, and hopefully this event will be happening again in 2018. I think, Councillor Hofford, you were there. You had to find the red dress, which Judy found for you, but I think it all worked out good, eh?
To wear, Your Worship, but to present.
Oh, right, yeah. Let's clarify that. Thank you. We had a great 150 celebration of Canada's birthday on June 30th with an afternoon of fun and games, as well as food trucks, live entertainment, and finishing with the raising of the flag by the Legion Color Party. We held the first citizenship ceremony in Estevan in 15 years at the Art Gallery and Museum. Thank you, Amber Anderson and her staff and all of the volunteers for their help. 23 new Canadians took the oath for citizenship. Our first Habitat for Humanity home was completed in 2017. We would like to thank Doug Barnstable, Kelvin Johnson, their committee, all of the volunteers who helped to make this house possible. Estevan Legion found itself at a low point financially in 2017. Our community came together again with personal donations and fundraising campaigns to help them turn the corner. Thank you so much to everyone involved. Fresh outdoor fitness area was built at Woodlawn Park, thanks to Peggy Rohatton, Debbie Knight, Randy Frankie, all of the donations and volunteer help, along with all the staff at Woodlawn. Also, the Kinsman Cadets and all the volunteers again and sponsors built a great outdoor rink at the Hillside Kinsman Park. We thank you all for your efforts. 2017 Air Show was another success. Thanks to Airport Manager Richard Reitz and Co-Chair Councillor Hoffert, as well as city staff, and again, all the volunteers for helping to make a great day. We had another great EBEX Awards in 17. Thank you, Jackie Wall, the Chamber of Commerce, and all the volunteers again. Congratulations to the winners, and a big thank you to the sponsors. The 41st Annual United Way Telethon ended with another great total, surpassing their goal. Thank you to all the people that donated, as well as the United Way Board, and again, all the volunteers. Thank you to Councillor Vroba and Councillor Frank, who are also on the board. 2017 also saw completion of the twinning of Highway 39 between Beanfate and Estevan. Good job by a local contractor, Patla Construction, along with the provincial government. Thank you. Josh LeBlas, Savor the Southeast, was another successful event with proceeds going to the Kinsmen and Kinnets. We look forward to 2018 when the proceeds will be going to Envision Counselling, which, by the way, are here tonight to give us a few words. Also, congratulations to Susan Colbo, who will be heading the Telemiracle in 2018. I think I've got that right. Hey, Travis? Isn't she running the show?
Yeah, she is.
She is, yeah, okay. The Festival of Trees Organizing Committee, another great event. Thank you, Becky Cassidy, Councillor Hoffert, and all the volunteers again, as well as the foundation members. Also, the Angel Tree Program. Thank you to Shar Seaman, Heather Woodhouse, their volunteers as well, the fire and police. Great job. I think, Roberta, you were involved with that as well, right? Thank you. As you can tell, the common theme throughout many of our important events are our volunteers. As I've mentioned before, the volunteers are the backbone of our community. We can't thank you enough. Looking forward to 2018, we plan on finishing King Street to Kensington Avenue. We will also start this year in the water pipeline to Rafferty. We are looking forward to the Saskatoon Tankard coming up January 31st to February 4th. Please look at attending. That'll be another great event. We know this will be another exciting event and would like to thank Helen and Devin Fornwald, Leah Moriarty, and Pauline Grimsrud, along again with all the volunteers who are working hard already to make this event a success. We also will continue to work for a new nursing home in Estevan in 2018. I would like to thank Don Kindop and the whole committee, along with the nursing home committee, for their tenacity and perseverance. And I guess what can we say? Tanya, Greg, we got to keep at it, keep working. Finally, I would like to thank our citizens for their patience and continued support as council, our management team, and staff continue to move forward with the best interests of our community at heart. So that's my address for 2017. So moving forward, could I have a motion, please, to adopt the agenda as presented? Councillor Hoffert, thank you. Councillor Nibbs, any questions or comments? If not, all in favor? Carried, thank you. Next, we have the minutes of the council meeting held on December 18th. Could we have a motion, please, to adopt these as presented? Thank you. Councillor Yanish, Councillor Moore, any questions or comments on that? All in favor? Carried, thank you. Under original communications, delegations, and petitions, we're happy this evening to welcome Envision Counselling here this evening. We've got Tanya Andrist and Krista Dacu. Ladies, please take it away with your presentation.
First and foremost, thank you for having us as a part of your meeting. We've been in the area, in the whole Southeast, for approximately 23 years now, as formerly known as VIP, as you read in the briefing letter that came out earlier. This past year, we've come upon some challenges financially, and one of the big impacts for us was the increase in the taxes that the City of Estevan has passed forward. That's equated to about $7,000 for us through our rental agreement, and it has not been budgeted for, and it's not funded for at this point. So we're here to request two things from City Council. Number one, that the possibility is entertained that our fee for rental for the Savor the Southeast, as was mentioned earlier, will be waived for this upcoming event. And we're also interested in approaching council for sponsorship, which was also in the letter. The past couple of years, we've been approaching the RM councils throughout the Southeast as we continue to try to expand on limited dollars. And it's been very receptive. We've had a lot of the RM councils be receptive to our sponsorship package, be it $500 for a year for five years, $1,000. We've had some $5,000. So we would like council to look at that as an option for supporting Envision as well. Over the past fiscal year, Estevan Envision Counseling Office alone had 1,081 sessions of counseling sessions for individuals strictly from Estevan. Now that doesn't include obviously the whole Southeast. We have offices in Estevan, Weyburn, Carlisle, and Oxbow. Oxbow is supporting, both the town and the RM are supporting our office out there. But part of our strategic direction moving forward is to look at having more community supports and being less reliant on the government funds. Currently, we are 81% government funded, and for 3 years consecutively, we haven't received any increases, and we've had to try and keep up with the increase in demand. And we've managed to be able to expand our services to include Oxbow, to include an intake counselor through the support of the United Way in Estevan and Weyburn, but we need to look at our cities as well. I believe from what I know, this is the first time that the city has been approached for any dollars, and I've been with the program for 10 years. So we would just like to put that out for consideration moving forward.
Okay, thank you very much, Kristen. We absolutely appreciate all of the efforts that Envision does. I know our economy is starting to turn around now, but my goodness, you girls have been busy, and we absolutely appreciate all of the work that you do. Thank you. Go ahead, Councillor Vroba, you had a question or comment?
Thank you, Your Worship. Thank you, ladies, for coming here today and presenting. My first question, I have 2 questions actually. Is there a charge for your counseling sessions?
Not yet. We are looking at the possibility of implementing fee-for-service come our next fiscal year. There isn't so far, but we only can see the people that meet within our mandate, the mandates within service. So if we were to entertain a fee-for-service, that would be individuals who do not meet mandates of our services and don't fit anything else in the Southeast.
Okay. So yeah, so like, is there a waiting list right now for counseling, or do you prioritize based on the need? If it's an extreme need based on just kind of a want, that would be under your mandate.
It's based on need and want as well. Today's a prime example. We had 15 calls for counseling services today.
And how many out of those 15 fall under your mandate?
I believe all of them. So that's an influx, right? And it's ebb and flow with us. Our numbers are definitely at capacity. Last fiscal year, which was 2016, 2017, we served 3,300 clients within the region.
Well, lots of need out there. Councillor Hoffer?
Thank you. Thank you, Your Worship. A couple of questions. Did you mention 81% of your organization funding comes from government funding, and does that include the municipal funding, or is
No.
municipal funding is municipal funding the remainder of it then, or what are your other funding sources?
We have sponsorship funding through municipalities. We have community donations. We have United Way funding. And we also have fee-for-services, which is a contract through social services for child that are under protection orders in foster care. Those are our only revenue streams. And in addition, we do have some grants. One good example of the grants we receive is we've been able to expand our services to include prevention measures within the high schools in the region. And every grade 9 and every grade 10 student in Estevan particularly, because we're trying to branch out, has been funded through CIF, Community Initiatives Fund. We have an outreach educator that goes into those classrooms and provides a variety of education around dating violence, healthy relationships, sexual violence, age of consent, those types of preventative measures.
Thank you. And my next question is to city managers. If memory serves, I don't think we've charged rent for this event. It's still an event that's in its second or third year, in its infancy, and I wouldn't have a problem extending that for one more year, and depending on what council feels, and be interested in the others' thoughts, but would be prepared to make a resolution to allow that to happen. And would it be possible to get a report to see what the level of municipal commitment is from the others? Is that something that you could provide us a document for future consideration?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't see any other questions here, Councillor Hofford. If you'd like to make the motion for the one, we could refer the other part to budget, and then in the interim, get more information if you'd like.
Certainly, I'll move that, Your Worship.
Okay, thank you, and I see Councillor Vroba will second that. Any further questions or comments? All in favor? Okay, carried. Thank you so much
Thank
again,
you very much.
ladies. Very much
Before we
appreciate it.
exit, Tanya will hand out our sponsorship package, and then we'll
Okay.
follow up with the information for you, okay?
Okay, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Oh, and could you shut the mic off, Krista? Thank you. We like to have only one person running hot air at a time. Usually it's me, but. Thank you. Yeah. Good night, ladies. Okay, next, under original communications, delegations, and petitions, we have from FCM, the membership invoice. So what's the wish of council on these? We've got two. We've got the regular one, and then we've got the other one, which is, the regular one is $2,443. The other one is toward a travel fund that supports the participation of elected officials from small communities. Now, I know the one we wouldn't have a problem, but maybe we want to get more information on the other. Go ahead, Councillor Vroba.
Thank you, Your Worship. I was trying to remember, and my memory could not come back about last year, whether or not we paid the second one to encourage travel from smaller communities. I know last year when we attended,
Go ahead, City Manager.
Thank you, Councilor Vroba. It was actually a different fund last year. It was for legal expenses.
Legal.
Last year.
And we
So
did
this
not.
is, and we
Yeah,
did.
we did.
We
funded
did
for
fund it.
legal.
we did
Yeah.
fund
But
it.
this is a different fund that they're starting.
Yeah.
And so just to clarify, like this fund that they're starting would be, say, someplace like a small community like Macon or
That's
Torquay
correct.
that can't actually afford to have their representation travel to
That's correct.
FCM, then this fund would assist in their ability to travel there.
That's exactly right, because FCM prides itself
Yeah.
in trying to get every community represented throughout Canada. But, I mean, that's a tall order, but
Yeah, and we did attend last year. It was very informative.
it is very informative.
I could see where the benefit would come. I'm just not sure if that's something we want to do at this time, but I would be willing to make the motion to pay the first invoice.
And then maybe refer the second to budget? or-
Yes.
Okay, and we'll get more
Or
information?
wait and see what council, if anyone else here is interested in paying the second.
Okay. Okay, well, maybe we'll refer it to budget, the second one, and we'll also get a hold of FCM and try to get more information on that. Is that okay? Would that be part of your motion? Okay, thank you.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Vroba. Have we got a seconder? Councillor Nibbs? Any further questions? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, next we have from SUMA, the membership invoice, and this is just basically the per capita, and it's got the breakdown there. So what's the wish of council on that? Councillor Hopper? Thank you. Have we got a seconder? Councillor Yanish, any further questions? Go ahead, Councillor Moore.
Thank you, Your Worship. I was just wondering about the numbers, 11,483. What are they using for, to get that number? Where's that coming from?
Go ahead, City Manager.
Thank you, Councilor. That's the recently released census numbers for Estevan. That's our
Oh.
population number.
Pulled from the health board or?
No, that's from census, the federal
Well,
census.
that's it. And
Yeah,
so
we tend to go, Councillor Moore, with the health, which is closer, I think, Councillor Hopper, to what, 13, 14?
Except when we're paying a bill, we like the.
Yes, thank you. I didn't want to say that, but thank you. That's the way we tend to roll. Depending who we're talking to, it's 11, and then actually it could be as high as 14.
I guess what I was thinking, increased by 429. So,
Yes, it has, our population, even by these numbers, have increased roughly 3%.
so that's a good thing, except
It's a
sometimes
positive,
it
yes.
costs us more money, but I mean, that's a good thing.
That's
so.
correct.
Okay, you've answered
Yeah.
that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all in favor? Carried, thank you. Next, we've got the council appointments for 2018. This tends to be a living, breathing document, but please take your time as council, go over if there's any errors or omissions, or you'd like to maybe look at something different. We're more than happy to discuss. But as it is, if we could get a motion to accept, and then we'll move on from here. Thank you, Councillor Nibbs, seconded by Councillor Moore. Any further questions or comments? If not, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next, under written reports of committees, we have from the Economic Development Board member at large, we've got two applicants. We've got Megan Mathis-Cricken and we've got Dustin Hockey. So we will have a vote tonight. No problem. Thank you, City Clerk. Yes, please put your X by 1 and then fold it in 4, please. Yeah.
I did 3.
Thank you. And this is where the city manager and the city clerk take a few minutes to count the ballots, so I don't know if anyone had a joke that would be acceptable, they'd maybe like to tell at this time, or...
So is this for the police board?
No, this is for the Economic Development Board. The police board will be acclamation because we've only got 2 this year. And that would be Lynn Chipley and Lauren Ressler. They were the only 2 we had. And then for the Community Grant Committee, Lynn was the only one that applied, so.
Your worship.
Go ahead,
Thank you,
Councillor
Your
Brown.
worship. I just had a question, because I actually thought that the police board last year was a 2-year term.
One.
It's a 1-year,
It's
so this
always
is
one.
also a 1-year term then?
Yes,
Okay,
Always 1 year.
thank you
Yeah,
for
1
clarifying.
year.
And
Yeah.
we had that on the city page is where we
For a month.
advertised? We had it on for a month?
yes, we
Okay,
did, Councillor Vroba,
Yeah.
for a full month. Yep.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, no problem. And the city manager and city clerk are back. City manager, city clerk, do we have? Megan? Okay, we would like to congratulate Megan Mathis Cricken as our Economic Development Board member at large. And moving on, again by acclamation, Estevan Board of Police.
Could we destroy the ballots, please?
Oh, thank you, City Clerk. Could we have a motion, please, to destroy the ballots? Thank you, Councillor Hoffert, seconded by Councillor Yanish. All in favor? Thank you. And as I said before, the Estevan Board of Police Commissioners, members at large, Lynn Chipley, Lauren Ressler, no one else applied, so thank you both for applying. Community Grant Committee will be Lynn Chipley. She was the only one that applied. Again, thank you, Lynn. Under written reports of committees this evening, we have none. Under executive reports, we will need a decision here this evening. This is from the Parks Manager, Civic Structural Detailed Study Analysis, RFP. Rod, did you have anything else to add? You gave us a very good report. Does council have any questions of Rod at this time? You've got the report before you. What's the wish of council? Councillor Vroba.
Thank you, Your Worship. I think this goes back to the fact that we are waiting right now for liability insurance. It's hard for us to move forward with anything until we get that piece of the puzzle solved, or an opinion, or basically a yes from insurance to go forward. So could we at this time make a motion to accept the CA Reed and Associates as the proposal? However,
Contingent
to the
on
fact
getting
that
insurance.
getting insurance, because we don't
Absolutely.
want to go ahead with this if we cannot even get liability insurance on the building.
Absolutely.
Okay, then I would be prepared to make that motion that we proceed with CA Reed.
Okay, the
On the
recommendation
condition
of our
that we get
Parks Manager,
insurance.
thank you.
Yeah.
And again, contingent on the fact that we get insurance, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Councillor Vroba. Have we got a seconder? Thank you. Councillor Moore, any further questions? If not, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next, under introduction of bylaws, we have none this evening. Public hearings and reports, we have none this evening. Giving notice, nothing. Motions from committee, we have none. Consideration of bylaws, we have none. Inquiries, Councillor Hoffert, please.
No inquiries, Worship, just wishing to extend a Happy New Year to all the citizens of our community.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Councillor Vroba.
Actually, Your Worship, I'm not sure if I brought this up before or not about the 4th Avenue lighting, the new lights that were installed down 4th Avenue. I just want to say that if anybody has ever gone down and tried to walk a pet or yourself, or even drive down that 4th Avenue towards the Woodlawn Park, it's been very dark over the past 20 years that I've been in that area, and it's very light down there, so thank you to everyone involved for getting those lights.
Well, thank you, Councillor Vroba. I believe we had good discussion on that, and I think that was yourself that brought that forward, so thank you.
Well, I meant more the SAS Power people in the city of Estevan
Yeah, they
workers that
did a
helped.
great job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councillor Yadish?
Nothing, Your Worship.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Travis?
Just would like to remind residents of Estevan, if anybody still has a Christmas tree out there, I'll toot my own horn a little bit. Green for Life Environmental and the Kinsmen have donated a bin that's over by the graveyard there that people can take their Christmas trees to. So absolutely free. So please, if you still have a Christmas tree out there.
Okay, thank you for that, Councillor Travis, and I must admit, I've taken advantage of that already, so thank you. Councillor Nibbs?
I've got nothing, but I think Greg Hofford has one more that he forgot to say there, so I'll let it go back to him.
Okay.
Well, if my sign language is good from Councillor Nibbs, I think there's a poker tournament coming up that the Legion is putting on this coming Saturday. And so we'd like to invite everyone out. You spoke earlier about the great community effort behind the Legion, helping them get back on their feet financially. And so another good opportunity to come out and support the Legion this Saturday at 1, I believe the action starts. So you can register starting at 12 o'clock or so.
Okay, thank you so much, Councillor Hoffert. And you're going to be the pit boss or straw boss, whatever that's called? Pit
Whatever
boss?
they need from me this
Okay.
weekend, I'll be there, yeah.
Well, thank you for that. And I think Councillor Vroba, you're also volunteering?
They haven't asked me to volunteer yet, but I was debating on playing, so if
Good.
you
Well, that'll
want to
help
win
too.
my money, you
That
can come
means you're
down.
donating. That's a good thing. Okay, Councillor Moore?
Thank you, Your Worship. Just to commend the people that put the Christmas lights up in Woodlawn. It was great reviews from that
Absolutely.
particular job, and I'm sure we will have a lot more presentation next year. And we've just got to do a little better job at advertising. There was quite a few people didn't know it was on there, but I'm sure we can pick that up and get even more people down to not only sign up, but to review what we got going. And it was
Absolutely.
done it really, really well.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Moore. Thank you for reminding me about that. That was a big success, and I know it'll continue to be a larger success. The only thing I was going to ask, and I guess, Roberto, you and the Canettes, remember those Christmas cards along the along the courthouse? I was asked the question, why wouldn't they take up a lot down Councillor Hofford at Woodlawn and have those there, or did they destroy them? I know the one year they got stuck in the ice, but I don't think they were destroyed.
I think maybe they are aged, but we have had some discussions along that lines, Your Worship,
Yeah,
about a continuation of that in
Be
the
a
future.
great idea, yeah.
As part of the Festival of
Good,
Lights, so yeah.
okay, super. Okay, City Manager, anything? City Clerk, anything to add? City Treasurer, nothing? Okay. Well, with that, we'll move into committee, and could I have a motion to move into committee, please? Councillor Travis, seconded by Councillor Yanish. All in favor? Carried.
4 times.